What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another reaction video. Today we're checking out another Raymar video. I know my last soccer video was of Raymar, but today we're gonna check out another Ronaldo video, okay? R9. This is just how good was Ronaldo Nazario. Never knew that was his last name, but I know a lot of my subscribers love Ronaldo. I know a lot of my subscribers don't like the videos that I post of Ronaldo because they don't really show his whole playing ability. And listen, I know how good he was just because of how much you guys talk him up. Hopefully now, this 16-minute video and basically a documentary, which I kind of like, hopefully explains it. Hopefully you guys are satisfied. So before we get into this video, if you guys could like this video and subscribe to my channel, help me get to 6,000 subscribers, that'd be really appreciated.
Of all the legends I've ever made videos about, there's always been one that, even when compared to others, stands on a league of his own. A player that had it all, and who many consider to be the most complete footballer of all time. Completely unstoppable, able to dance with the ball on his feet, and almost impossible to defend. No matter the stage, he proved time and time again that he was
that haircut though.
A player who,
Something else.
regardless of rules or era, would unquestionably dominate. Hey guys, what's up? It's Raymar, and today, after so many of you have been asking, we are, of course, finally gonna take a look at how good was Ronaldo the Fenomeno.
So, you know, comment down below
to be the perfect footballer.
where he would rank
From the very
today.
beginning, as early as he can remember, he would be groomed by the streets of Rio de Janeiro his entire childhood. Ronaldo was so passionate about football that his mother, Sonia, would recall his childhood days saying, "I always found him on the streets, playing with his friends when he should have been in school." When he was 11 years old, Ronaldo's parents would go through a divorce, which would lead Ronaldo to drop out of school completely. As you can imagine, for an 11-year-old, it's pretty tough to go through that. Football would be Ronaldo's go-to, his escape, and his saving grace no matter the circumstance. This dedication and passion for the game made him blessed by the football gods. The football loved
I guess
him
it worked.
just as much as he loved the game. At the age of 12, Ronaldo would join a local indoor futsal team called Social Ramos and go on to score 166 goals on his first season, which included a time where he scored a mind-blowing...
Imagine playing though there. That has to be hard. Like, definitely there's a lot more injuries.
Like, just imagine how the
Playing on a
players the
hardwood
other
and stuff
team
like
must
that.
have felt watching that. To be honest, I probably would have left after that.
Look how big he is compared to
Ronaldo
everybody
would
else.
say that because he grew up playing on the streets, futsal was his first love when it came to the game. It's where he said he learned to be able to control
Looks
the
like a
ball
grown
and
adult.
move in the tightest of spaces, along with learning to have an incredible...
It's crazy they have footage of this too.
After playing in narrow alleyways with uneven paving his entire childhood, forcing him to master his control of the ball. The young Ronaldo would eventually be spotted by Brazilian legend Jairzinho, who, if you didn't know, led his country in scoring in the 1970 World Cup, even though he had Pelé as a teammate, which can only attest to his ability.
Reacted to
When
Pelé
Jairzinho
too,
saw
so go
in
check that out.
Ronaldo, he saw a player with incredible potential, a kid who just seemed different from all the others. So naturally, he knew that he had to have the young Ronaldo on his team. Jairzinho would quickly recognize the pure talent and skill that the young child prodigy Ronaldo had, and recommended that the 16-year-old should join his former club, Cruzeiro. However, Ronaldo had always wanted to play for Flamengo, a Brazilian team he supported ever
Pretty cool
since he
name,
was a child,
Flamengo.
and also a club where Brazilian legends like Zizinho once played. However, Flamengo never decided to wait and give Ronaldo a chance. Jairzinho would push Ronaldo to play for Cruzeiro anyways, and speak to the club with a personal recommendation to eventually get him signed. This would finally take us to Ronaldo's senior career. At the incredibly young age of only 16, Ronaldo would make his professional debut for Cruzeiro. I mean, when I was 16, I was still playing Pokemon on my Nintendo DS. Could you just imagine being that young and playing against fully grown men?
I don't understand
It would
that.
take Ronaldo only
They do that in
a few
basketball too,
months
like
to
European
gain
basketball. Like,
national
I remember
attention,
Luka
where he would
Doncic
score 5 goals in a single
played
game,
as a teenager
shocking
against
even
pros.
established footballers from his own country. Former Brazilian captain and legend Cafu recalls seeing Ronaldo play for the first time, saying, "He was still a kid. It was in a game where he ended up scoring 5 goals. From that point on, he showed that he was truly a phenomenon." By this point, Flamengo realized just how big of a mistake they made by not giving Ronaldo a chance. Because in his 2 seasons for Cruzeiro, Ronaldo would score an amazing 44 goals in 40.
What's up with that? Like, just scoring a great amount of goals in a season.
94 goals a game at the
Especially
age
just being
of
that young.
16, helping his club, which was by no means a real contender, win the Brazilian Cup.
That's
Ronaldo,
insane.
as a 17-year-old, was asked to join the Brazilian national team for their 1994 World Cup run. Brazil would go on to win that World Cup, in which Ronaldo did not play at all. or for that
It's
matter,
alright.
wasn't really even needed. But the experience of his seniors and multiple legends on that team would help mentor him as much as they
That's
could,
awesome, though.
along with giving Ronaldo a taste at world victory. After the 1994
I didn't even know you
World
could
Cup,
be that
he
young and
moved
play
to the Netherlands to play
in the
for
World Cup.
PSV Eindhoven after former Brazilian teammate and legend Romario, who won the 1994 World Player of the Year and 1994 World Cup Golden Boot and Golden Ball, would recommend Ronaldo to play for the club, as he himself had played for them. Ronaldo would continue his absolutely phenomenal play by scoring 35 goals in 36. Turned 21, he broke the world record transfer fee of 19.5 million euros, which back in 1996 was an absolutely insane amount of money. When Barcelona decided to go all out and grab him, he would be worth every single cent and more, as during his first season, Ronaldo scored an insane 47 goals in 49 appearances, winning him the La Liga Top Scorer Award and the European Golden Boot. He would also help Barcelona win the UEFA Cup by scoring in the final itself, along with winning the Spanish Super Cup and Copa del Rey, all at 20 years old. Ronaldo was at his physical prime at Barcelona, being insanely fast and strong, along with having...
Keep forgetting he played for Barcelona. I'm usually just used to watching him on Brazil.
Rough, and often, many of his goals would include him running around the goalkeeper like he was playing with kids. An Atletico Madrid
Boom.
player, Quentin Fortune, would
Too
say,
easy for
as a
him.
kid, I wanted to be Pele. I bought all the books, all the videos, and I studied what I could to be like the best. I set off on that path. Then I met Ronaldo. Some players were technical, some were quick, some were strong, some were smart. Ronaldo was all of those.
Yes, he
which
was.
was absolutely true. Players would even try to foul him, but his quick movement, size, and strength, combined with his incredible dribbling, brushed defenders off like nothing. Jose Mourinho, back when he worked for FC Barcelona when Ronaldo was playing there, would say, "I have no doubt Ronaldo is the greatest player I have ever seen in my life." And he would later confirm the same thing in an interview back in 2014.
A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that he's better than Cristiano Ronaldo.
As the youngest player to ever win the FIFA World Player of the Year award. However, he would only place second in Ballon d'Or voting, losing to Matthias Samar of Borussia Dortmund by a single vote. That's right, by a single vote. By the end of his career, Ronaldo would have had 3 Ballon d'Ors if he had won that one, which he clearly
Nice.
deserved, in my opinion. The very next season, in 1997, Ronaldo would once again break the world record transfer fee in back-to-back years, being the only player to ever do so. That's just how valuable he was. Inter Milan decided to go all out themselves and pay a 27 million euro fee to get him. While his goal-scoring numbers
I didn't know you had to pay a
weren't
fee.
high, they were definitely great, as he was transitioning into the Serie A, which back then was considered the most heavily defensive league. Despite that,
Did not know
he
that
still
either.
managed to score 34 goals in 47 matches, which is still
Of course he
an
did.
amazing 0.72 goals per game ratio. Ronaldo also learned to become a more complete forward, racking up assists and taking and scoring free kicks. In his first season with Inter Milan, he would be rightfully handed the FIFA World Player of the Year award again, as well as finally winning the Ballon d'Or, making him the youngest player to ever win the award at 20 years old.
Come on
Which,
now.
and I can't stress enough, should have been his second Ballon d'Or, as he definitely deserved one in 1996 as well. In 1998, Ronaldo was already considered the undisputed greatest striker in the world. At just 22 years old, he was already appointed as the captain of his Inter Milan squad. And although we would start to see him suffering a few injuries at this time and missing some
That's when it
games,
starts to go
he would still
downhill.
score 15 goals in 28 appearances, winning the Serie A Player of the Year award. He was
Why don't they have,
phenomenal
like,
in the
I'm
1998
assuming they have a
World Cup as
Brazil
well, scoring 4
professional,
goals and
like,
getting 3
league, but,
assists, winning him
like, how come it's
Player
not
of the
popular in,
Tournament
like, the
award.
Champions League and things like that? If
Unfortunately,
anybody wants
Ronaldo
to explain that for
infamously
me.
break down in the final and lost to France. But regardless of that,
'Cause
nobody questioned
they're a
Ronaldo's
popular country.
skills
They're one of the
for
best
even a moment.
football countries of all
However, in
time.
1999, Ronaldo, who seemed absolutely unstoppable, infamously began to suffer a string of severe injuries. Ronaldo would limp off the pitch
Not
during a
looking
Lazio
good.
match,
That does
only
not
to
look
discover
good.
that he suffered a ruptured tendon on his knee and required
Ruptured tendon.
major surgery. He would be gone for half a year until he would play the first leg of a Coppa Italia match. As history would have it, it was way too early for Inter Milan to let him play.
I'd say only half a year for a
6
major knee
minutes,
injury like
he
that.
collapsed on the floor, and the world would learn that he suffered a complete rupture of his kneecap tendons.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
so impactful that opposing players like Diego Simeone even went up to him to help the young star. Like I said, Ronaldo was never a player that people hated, so even for opposing players, it was just sad to see. Ronaldo would miss the entirety of the 2000-2001 season.
Yeah, and that's just like a coaching fault. Like, you can't let a player who 6 months, all right, after a major surgery, 6 months, oh yeah, he's ready. That's not good.
He would lose his touch, skill, and eye for goal.
That happened in the NFL. Robert Griffin III had knee surgery or an injury, something like that, rushed to get back, ended up injuring his knee again, and basically changed his whole career.
Ronaldo playing, it was a different story. He would lead his country to the 2002 World Cup trophy, scoring in every match except in the quarterfinal against England, ultimately ending with 8 goals and winning the tournament's Golden Boot. His comeback was talked about all over the world and would earn him the 2002 FIFA World Player of the Year award.
Could be considered one of the greatest comebacks in sports, to be honest.
Which nobody questioned at all. And I just have to remind you guys again, should have been his 3rd Ballon d'Or. When Ronaldo signed with Real Madrid after the World Cup, his jersey sales would break all records on the very first day. Ronaldo would score in the final season match for Real Madrid, winning them the La Liga title.
Look at that.
As well as scoring in the Intercontinental Cup and Spanish Super Cup finals. Ronaldo would also famously score...
I mean, I mentioned, obviously, you know, your career gets ruined after a major injury like that. I mean, he's still playing great, though. Doesn't happen with everybody, but I'm saying usually that's the case. You get a major injury, you're not the same athlete anymore.
Real Madrid win 2-1 over Juventus on the first leg, but received an injury and wouldn't play during their
not another injury, come on now.
demise of Real Madrid, as without him, they were eliminated from the competition. He would end his first
Looks like
season at
Zlatan,
Madrid scoring 30
the goalkeeper.
goals and having 8 assists in 44 appearances, a .68 goals per game ratio. The next season, Ronaldo was visibly different. He seemed like he gained a lot of weight compared to his physical peak prior to the injuries that destroyed his knees. However, not too many people took too much attention to it at the time, as he was still doing what he did best, scoring beautiful goals. Real Madrid were actually on track to win a treble in Ronaldo's second season, but injuries again prevented him from reaching further accomplishments. He would miss the Copa del Rey final, which they would lose, and also get eliminated in the Champions League quarterfinal without him. This was also the season he scored that iconic 15-second goal. Ronaldo would still manage 31 goals and 13 assists in 48 matches, a .65 goals per game ratio, which was still impressive considering all the stars Madrid had
Look at how walks it in.
era that individually could all find their own ways of getting the ball in the back of the net. Within the next few seasons at Real Madrid, Ronaldo's performances would gradually decrease over the years, scoring less and less while also noticeably losing pace and gaining a lot of weight. In fact,
So this is his downhill moments.
Madrid, he would only play a total of 40 matches, which is less than he played on his 3rd season.
I don't know how many matches are in a game though, so
This, it by no means meant that
don't know
he performed
much.
poorly for Madrid at all, maintaining above a
Look at that though,
0.50
45, 27, 15,
until
just
his
slightly
third
declining.
season, where he managed to make only 15 appearances. Unfortunately, Madrid fans could see the end of the road for Ronaldo at the Bernabeu. His final years at Real Madrid were plagued with injuries, fitness issues, and substantial weight gain. Although he still had the skill, unfortunately, Ronaldo's body simply couldn't keep up with it. And with this, Ronaldo would depart Real Madrid in 2007 and head back to Italy.
Still getting these opportunities though.
Despite the clear lack of fitness, Ronaldo still managed to score 7 goals in 14 matches.
That's what makes him a legend though.
To his pure skill alone. It's when he was in AC Milan that, on top of all the injuries he received during his career, he was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. And for anyone who doesn't know, it slows down a person's metabolism extremely, making it very easy to gain weight in a short amount of time and much more difficult for you to lose it. This condition was diagnosed in 2007, but
I don't know how like an athlete like that gets diagnosed. I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm just saying like that just sucks. It's a tough situation to be in.
Ronaldo's second season for AC Milan saw him playing less than 300 minutes, which for anyone who witnessed him in his prime was truly a saddening sight, as during a match he would once again suffer a horrifying knee injury that required him to get wheeled off directly to the hospital, where
Cannot
he
catch a
wouldn't play
break.
football for several months once again. Ronaldo would finally go back to Brazil to play the last few years of his career.
Keeps coming back. I mean,
2009,
listen,
if you were to look at Ronaldo and
I know he loves the sport, but you have that many injuries, you gotta hang it up, gotta retire.
Nonetheless, in his 3 seasons with Brazilian side,
Played 3 seasons.
he managed to help them win the the Brazilian Cup in 2009. Although clearly a shadow of what he was before, Ronaldo was still loved by the people to no end. Every single game he scored in sent fans absolutely wild with happiness at just seeing.
He's literally like the Derrick Rose. Maybe that's a bit of reach, but when I think of something like this, he reminds me of Derrick Rose from the NBA. You know, young superstar, won MVP pretty young, and then got hit with so many injuries. Comes back and everybody loves him, but he's not the same player anymore.
They knew he wasn't there to score and dominate like he used to, but to just see him touch the ball and even score made the fans go absolutely wild. Watching him score some of the last goals in his career, you can't help but just smile, as you can feel just how special of a moment it is for not only himself, but his fans and peers as well. Ronaldo announced his retirement in 2011, saying that his hyperthyroidism...
That's pretty early, I didn't know that.
And the many severely
not early, but
injuries he received throughout
2011,
were just too
I thought he retired like in the late, mid 2000s. This whole time, of course, before this video. I didn't know that.
For me, I believe he was the most perfect and complete forward that has ever played. His ability to score, dribble,
so did we ever really get to see a prime Ronaldo though? That's the question.
To me is on a class of its own.
Did he ever reach his prime?
Enough to win the Champions League because of crucial injuries and unfortunate times, but that doesn't take anything away from his career. Ronaldo would certainly be my main choice as the starting forward for my all-time 11, and I have no doubt in my mind that he certainly belongs there. If anything, Ronaldo's story only makes me appreciate players I love watching even more. We never know when something might happen to them or when they'll finally hang their boots for the last time. That's why I made it my mission to watch my favorite players for as long as I can. And you can do it too with ESPN+.
Oh, there goes the advertisements. Well, I'll end it here. Well, everybody, that is Ronaldo. How good he was from Raymar. Reacted to Ronaldo a couple times on this channel. I do like him. I do like, you know, reacting to him. I know my subscribers do a lot. They always comment, which is pretty cool. So I hope this gets a lot of views. Hopefully this, you know, a lot of you guys like it, everybody watching, because, you know, I do like making Ronaldo videos for you. But if you guys did like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, help me get to 6,000 subscribers. I'm out. Peace.